your sports talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we're going to talk a little Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and stuff that he needs to be worried about, and stuff that, that is very important for Deontay Wilder. But before I go there, I'm going to touch on this Floyd Mayweather versus one of them Pauls. I'm not sure which one it was. Listen, first off, I'm not doing a video extra for that because it's not really sport. I told you that's WWE. Told you about a month or two ago, I expect Floyd Mayweather maybe let himself get knocked out or at minimum make the fight close, right? Like he did McGregor. He carried him a while and then knocks him out. People need the element of Floyd Mayweather about to get beat by something, right? And so from what I hear, because I'm not going to watch the fight, I probably will eventually one day, but it's just, it's not interesting to me. You guys know I watch a lot of sport, so I don't really got time for stuff like that. But it was just interesting to see it's a whole lot of boxing articles. The debate shows are talking about it like it's some kind of real event, and it was basically just an exhibition. It's really not, it's not exhibition. It's just, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know these Paul cats. That's how detached I am from social media. But I do know that they handle their business if they want Floyd Mayweather's radar. I do know that they are training to box for real. And I think one of them knock out Nate Robinson? I'm not sure who knocked out Nate Robinson. It was probably one of them Paul dudes. So cool. But that's for me, it ain't really, y'all ain't going to hear much about that here. Bottom line is what I do when Mayweather does an exhibition, I sit back and just laugh at most of the people that are not of color that are upset that Floyd Mayweather's about to make some money again. That's what's funny to me. I just sit back and say, oh, Floyd's about to make a whole lot of money. He's gonna make between 70 and 100 million fighting this dude here. He made 270 million fighting McGregor, and people always come in talking about he's destroying his legacy and stuff like that. That's just it's embarrassing to say that a man's about to make 70 to 100 million is destroying something, right? That's just embarrassing. Right, to me. And that's real funny because you remember as he was going to fight McGregor, you remember Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya saying that he's going to destroy boxing with that. That's not good for boxing. And at the exact same time, simultaneously offering their biggest asset, which would be Canelo for Oscar De La Hoya. He offered him to McGregor, but McGregor wanted Mayweather. And Bob Arum offered Manny Pacquiao at the time. But was saying in the public that Mayweather's destroying boxing. But we would have done it with Pacquiao and they would have done it with Canelo. So I'm just telling you, when it comes to Mayweather, here's a tip for the people that hate Mayweather and for people that are racist. Mayweather makes money because of your hate, if you haven't gotten the memo by now. Because of your hate. If you want Mayweather to stop making money, then stop hating the man for no damn reason. He's an awesome boxer and whatever. And if we're going to talk about, oh, Mayweather didn't look so good against this guy, because he's not. Mayweather carried some people that was real fighters. I think Mayweather carried a little Madonna at the time. That's just me, right? Okay, y'all make it a little close because he's just that good. That's how good I think Mayweather is. He can carry. Who can go in the ring and carry a McGregor so he can fight a little bit longer and then knock him out when he wants to? Not many people. But Mayweather is capable of this. That's why I'm expecting him to have a close fight with these guys. So somebody can think he's over the hill, and then he's going to fight another one, make about 70 or 100 million. And then what's going to happen, if Pacquiao were to beat Errol Spence, then Pacquiao was going to be really like almost invincible. People are going to think if he beats Errol Spence, and they're going to be begging Mayweather to come out so they can finally see Mayweather get flatlined, and they're going to pay an arm and a leg for that, guys. An arm and a leg. And that would be damn near $1 billion fight, right? Because the element of Mayweather getting flatlined would be there if Pacquiao were to beat Spence. So just make sure Mayweather's not going to beat these guys by far in any of these exhibitions or anything. So if you believe that, and you believe that Mayweather's dropped off and all that stuff because he's 44, you're being duped. Wake up. It's not that. Mayweather knows how to make money, and he knows that your hate is the key. That's the key to the whole damn thing. Oh, speaking of Mayweather, wasn't he outweighed by 39 pounds or something from this Logan Paul dude, right? And you saw the difference in weight and how big the guy was. Well, Tyson Fury outweighed Deontay Wilder by more than that. Okay? So didn't it look funny to see little old Mayweather trying to fight somebody that big? Yeah, That's how it is with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Same thing, except Tyson Fury is more skilled than a Logan Paul, and he's bigger than that, right? That means the disparity between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder is bigger than Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. That's just a side note. So that brings me to Deontay Wilder, and I'm gonna say this: Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder needs to be careful of the Roy Jones syndrome. Roy Jones lost to Montel Griffin in the first fight. The fight was close for about 9 rounds. Then Roy Jones knocked him down, but then hit him while he was down on his knee and got disqualified. That was Roy Jones' first loss. Not really a loss. Anyway, but the rematch, he came in there and really beat the hell out of him. Listen, Deontay Wilder is really upset, and I'm worried about a disqualification. I don't want to see Tyson Fury down and Deontay Wilder still swinging. Because we seen him swinging when he fought Harrison from Britain, right? When he got knocked him out, he just was swinging for the heels, right? And he's going to be that upset. So I'm hoping that soon he gets somebody in his camp like a Buddha or something. Or somebody, you know, to be namaste and be just chilling and figure out how you can meditate and stuff so you can not be so upset. Because I don't want him to get disqualified. They definitely don't like his rhetoric already. When Deontay Wilder says something, I'm gonna kill somebody, or I'm, a legal homicide and all that, people want him to get suspended and stuff for that. Tyson Fury on the other side talking about I'm gonna dent your head again, basically saying I dented it before, and we have proof that it's been dented. So my point is, I don't want to see Deontay Wilder get any reprimanded for this, unless the WBC gets them both together and say, hey fools, both of y'all chill. Then we can dance, but not just pick Deontay Wilder out like that's like all of a sudden we don't want, because Deontay Wilder feels cheated, right? So he's gonna be upset. So I don't want him, don't go WBC and start messing with him, right? Now, let's make sure this is clear. In boxing, there's a lot of stuff going on. I remember, I didn't like the referee for rest in peace Eddie Cotton, but when I watched Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, Eddie Cotton was all up in the way. It seemed like Eddie Cotton just wanted to do something to Lennox Lewis, right? In that fight. If you watch it, just say, damn, man, Eddie, why don't you get out the way? Now, but rest in peace, so we're not going to go in on that. But that didn't seem right. And so I'm a little worried about things like this right now. Wilder, he's going to fight Fury. We do know that he's going to fight him. He's going to be upset, while he's fighting him. And I just don't think that Wilder is only fighting Tyson Fury here. He's fighting the WBC, right? Who, didn't even want to investigate anything. Everything was just Wilder's nuts. And, everything has no merit. Tyson Fury's our champion. We're behind him 100%. Wouldn't even look into any of the things Tyson's past or anything like that. So, Deontay Wilder, even he's been fighting for the WBC about 10 years, or, well, not 10 years, but he had 10 title defenses. And he was repping the WBC real well. And for them to just kind of drop him like that, I'm pretty sure there's no Mauricio Sulaiman coming to his corner before the fight getting no hugs. Or after the fight either. Watch what I tell you. No hugs. Now he's also fighting the mainstream media. Because the mainstream media, the level of not any of the big stations, the ESPNs and the Foxes and all that supposed to be sports stuff, no one would ever want to investigate anything about the gloves. No one thought that maybe Deontay Wilder might have a point from a guy who's already done this before. Everybody's going to say it's just him. Doesn't that sound like what happened on January the 6th? Like those people just came in the insurrection, right? And now our Senate is trying to tell you that those are damn near tourists. But people hiding under desks and running. The vice president got to run somewhere. Nancy Pelosi got to run somewhere, right? The police letting them in, police getting killed, right? Stuff like that. But that was just tourist, right? So, that's when it's no empathy there. Right? It's like, hey, it was just some white people that did it, so hey, it ain't that bad. I'm sorry to be honest here, guys, but there's no empathy there. But we had a guy that kneels for the national anthem because, hey, we have tons of brothers being shot running the opposite direction or already got their hands behind their back. Now, no one understands that, right? But when people come with Confederate flags wanting to change our democracy, showing the whole world how America really ticks, we're talking about that as being just tourist, right? Colin Kaepernick runs a 4.340. Probably not no more, but a 4.5 40. Probably be the fourth or fifth fastest quarterback in the league right now if he were to come back. He's not getting a shot because he kneeled in the national anthem. But Confederate flags are okay, right? I don't get that. But I'm going to just say this again. If people were watching videos of a dog running in the wrong direction, opposite direction, no threat, and police were shooting that dog, right? Or you've caught a dog, you're trying to bring him to the dog pound or whatever, you caught him and some net on him already, and then you're going to just kneel on the dog and he's just screaming and stuff. I don't even think the people would stand there and watch it. I think the people would have just straight up rushed the police. You better get your knee up off of that dog. And it'll be dog lives matter like a motherfucker up in here, right? But it ain't, right? I'm just going to just say that's what it is. Right? So those are two things. He's fighting the WBC and he's fighting mainstream media. But another thing he's fighting is Anthony damn Joshua. Anthony Joshua, man. Because Anthony Joshua is the other key to Undisputed. Right? And we want to make sure that the same energy is there. He said it before. If he wins against Fury, that Joshua going to want to be Undisputed. But be careful and make sure you heard it here first. Watch how fast Undisputed won't be important to heavyweight boxing. Soon, if Wilder beats Fury, Undisputed will not be so important in heavyweight boxing, and not in England, America either. All of a sudden, nobody gonna want Undisputed. Watch what I tell you, because Anthony Joshua came out recently talking about that what he thinks the fix could be in against Tyson Fury in America. Now, make sure this is clear. Tyson Fury doesn't have a UK license. Went to America, right? Supposed to be the bomb. Had 2 fights on ESPN. Only 3,000 people came, but they're hyping them. He beats Deontay Wilder. Everybody in America wants to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. They're saying it more, right? On the networks, not the people, but the networks are saying that that's going to be Undisputed. It's the biggest fight boxing thing. And matter of fact, people on these pundits were telling Deontay Wilder he should step aside, even though he had a contract. Like, no one wants to see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury because they don't count what you think. If you look like me, they don't count what you think, right? But we want to see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, the third damn fight, but they keep saying it. So Anthony Joshua was coming out saying the fix is in for Deontay Wilder. Like, the judges are going to go for Deontay Wilder. Like, Tyson Fury's not going to get a fair shake. Right? And so that leads me to believe that Anthony Joshua does not want to fight Deontay Wilder still. Because I hate when black people act like they don't see what's going on in America. Anybody that's in any other country, especially an ally, don't act like you didn't see January the 6th or any of the last 4 years or anything that's going on right now in Congress or anywhere. Stop acting like you're oblivious to that. No, hell no. Right? There's not no fix for no black person in no damn fight against a person that's not of color, not on American soil. Unless it's directly if they fighting right in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, maybe. And it better be his neighborhood. Because it ain't nowhere else in America is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder gonna fight and the fix gonna be in for Deontay damn Wilder. That's not happening. That won't happen for any black person in America versus any person that's not of color. Matter of fact, listen to the crowds. When a black person fights anybody that's not of color, and the other person could be anywhere from this planet. Right? As long as he ain't black, they're going for him. Never the black person, unless that black person is directly in his backyard. And there's proof. Don't get mad at me for saying what's obvious. Go look at fights. Look at Andre Ward versus Kovalev. Kovalev is a scumbag. They're for Kovalev. Right? And I ain't just say just anything. So, and Anthony Joshua knows that. So, you shouldn't be coming out. That's what's wrong with social media. People shouldn't say that. That's the kind of stuff you're supposed to say at home. If you're going to be scared of a man, be scared of him at home. When you come out with stuff like that, Anthony Joshua was supposed to be telling Deontay Wilder this: beat Tyson Fury, handle your business, and come see me. Everything else Anthony Joshua was saying sounds scared to me. He's supposed to be like, I don't give a damn who wins between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. They got to come see me for Undisputed, and I'm going to whoop their ass. That's what he's supposed to be saying. Everything else I don't really want to hear, right? Because it's a bunch of BS. Now, those are the points. Deontay Wilder back up to the top. Be careful, homeboy, of disqualification. Get your inner chi on and knock him out if that's what you're gonna do. But don't no extras, right? Because if you do, you're gonna mess around and get disqualified because it's on American soil. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.